There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Following our people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play police who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And he's no money. The more I get you. And you love how the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Following our people who willing to sell. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lofa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, our channel listeners. I don't know about you, but please check your time. Better say check your gadgets if you have watch, or if you have your phone, or maybe you have your computer, or any of these things around you. Sometimes even the TV, check the TV also, you will see the time zone, or maybe the time there will tell you exactly the time that you are on, or maybe the time from your end. But again, the 3 minutes past 6 o'clock, that's the time check in Liberia. From what I said and broadcast right here in True FM compound. Yes, indeed, it's good to be alive. You know, they're always saying, some of you always praying to God for all kinds of things, riches. You won't get this, you won't get that, you won't get married, you won't be, all kinds of things you're praying to God for. But for some of us, we pray to God for long life. Yeah, you know, yeah, I like you. Oh, anytime I go to God, let me tell somebody, let me just give you my secret. When I go to God, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is thank you. I tell God, thank you. The first thing. Whether it's good to, whether life not in my favor, whether thing turning upside down against me, or whatsoever thing that is going on, the first thing is I tell God, thank you. Father, thank you. Thank you for everything. Yeah, Father, I put my life in your hand. I'm done. I'm not here to come be complaining to God, oh, they won't happen to me, oh, Father, the other one, no. I'm not here for all that long story, because other people do got to ask God now. So if I go there with all of my complaints, all of my problems and everything there, yeah. But again, go even to all of you, please help us share the show. Those of you who are watching the show, be interesting. The show will be more than hot on today. At long last, Honorable Yega Koruba now turn to former lawmaker. Help us share the show. MF Hammer, good evening to you. Amoba Besa, thank you for joining us. Araba Fasulu Jackley, all of you, good evening. You help us share the show on today, people. The show will be hot. Yeah, you know, some people in the bush. Oh, yeah. They love interesting though. That's my first time to see this kind of thing in my entire life. Yeah, let me just say something quickly. While we do the sharing of the show, then I play some kind of song. That's my first time to see that people who pull their neck or their lives, everything, making sure that somebody come to power to better people's lives. When you check for some of them today, you can't see them anymore. They are nowhere around to be seen. The other man in the bush, in the the other man, in fact, the other one in the bush, the other one go for be excused now. The other one is late. The other one in prison. The other one tell no formal. Oh God. Anyway, I waited for my chairman. One of my chairman can say these things. Yeah, I'm just copying from my chairman, from Chairman Steve. So this thing hearing from me is not me saying it. It's Steve Bode who is talking. Because my chairman. So people in the bush, they doing gold mining business. The other group of people, they are so all kinds of things happening. Yeah, but anyway, I like. So let me play this video quickly. I will bring the other team of panelists on, but let me play this video. This review. This is Takunje. In for matter of fact, this song is called "The Lie." You know, every time a government come, government go, these songs continue to remain. So Facebook, we don't own copyright. We don't want you to disturb us with this song. We don't own copyright to this song. We just want to play it for entertainment purpose or actually make up. Well, help us tell the show, people.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go around the airport.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome back after that short break. Maybe in turn we will play that song for all of us, our entertainment, so that we can know. But again, folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Today is a D-Day. You know, the more you live, and in fact, if you live long, you see a lot of things happening, you hear a lot of news. But again, according to this song, Takun J, the lie, because the reason there is that time for campaign, all of our leaders they will say all kinds of things, but then after some time they change to another thing. But Mr. Dishu is here. Mr. Dishu, good afternoon, good morning, and better say good evening. What's up? How are you?
Well, hi there, Melbourne, and hi to the listening public. I was just touched by this song,
Okay.
and that song, when you first play it, I felt that the whole situation in Liberia, this guy had put it into one and represented the lies, the continuous lies that the officials have been given to the people, and things had never been done right. And it's a lot to discuss today. I will be waiting because the show gonna be hot. I'm waiting for the other to come on, so we'll be able to share our ideas and tell the public how we feel about things going on in Liberia. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Dishu. Brother Ali already here with us. But those of you who are joining, please help us share the show. You know, the more you share, the more other people to also watch. Help us. Even any kind of way you want to, anything you say, it is a right. What are you saying? Things getting better? It's up to you. What are you saying? Nothing changed? It's up to you also. Anything you want to say is up to you. We can't tell you what to say, but the only thing is that you don't have to maybe insult other people. That's where we will have issue with you. But you can respectfully disagree, and that's it. Steve already here with us. And please help us share the show. Those of you who are joining, it's 12 minutes down 6. Help us share the show. We are appealing to all of you. Martha J. Bowie, help us share the show. Momboro Jean, my dear good friend and brother. Thank you, Jim David. Thank you for joining. Sidiki Curry, thank you for joining. And the rest of you who are also watching alongside with us, help us share the show. Steve Bole, my brother, good evening, Chairman, and what's up, everything. Ali already here with us, but let me welcome the two of you first before we start anything.
Well, Ali, how are you?
Chairman, good afternoon from my end. Chairman, good afternoon, Mayborn. Good afternoon to our audience out there. Good afternoon, Mr. Dishu. Glad to be here again to discuss Mama Liberia. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Dishu, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, Steve.
Okay. Folks, let's share the show. A lot of things to cover. A lot of things to talk about. And so let's share the show. Melbourne, what's going on? As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, and the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. You're quite correct. I don't think today we will go more deeper into social issue because of the time, so we can reserve the time for our people to understand some of the trading national issues. Yes, indeed, at long last, Yeke Koruba has been expelled from the House of Representatives by his colleagues. According to the report of Uganda, 49 of his colleagues asked him out of that body. According to them, they said based on some of the talks that come from Woyaka Koroba, to be precise, the Guinea border situation where he said that allegedly that the land that belonged to Guinea, so they see that tracing out and so forth, so they had to ask him out. So finally, when Woyaka Koroba have been expelled, and that's come up with a lot of mixed reactions. Some lawmakers are saying no. For some of us, we don't sign. Others are saying, yeah, we sign, and we stay into the rigmarole. We stay checking, in fact, listen to know exactly who are the lawmakers that have the signature and who are the lawmakers that need signs onto this. But mind you, though, since I think, I don't know how many years now, I think some of us almost 80 or 70 plus years now will come. This is the other time for some of our people to even hear about this, that this is if our president it's now been new. But someone will say, no, there's not old. It's been around for nearly 80 or 70 or more years ago that this thing used to happen. But by then, it was not the way people used to go to the pool to have their maybe lawmaker elected. So yeah, so there are a lot of misreactions out there, Steve. Mr. Cannon, Mr. Cannon, in fact, but are you and then Mr. DQ? These are some of the truly national issues. Yeah.
So Melbourne, we'll still engage in our social issue. We'll still talk about other things, and the reason for that is, I think sometimes we need to de-stress from politics. You know, the Yekekoluba situation and the expulsion are something that we'll be talking for the next few days. I understand that it's high right now, it's hard, and there will be emphasis laid on it or whatever it is. But we still got to make sure that, you know, we're de-stressing. At the end of the day, we're humans. You know, this is an important issue. I'm not disputing it. But I think we need to build audience, wet the ground, get our feet wet. I mean, you know, for the next, you know, yeah, that 5 minutes, let's not just jump into politics. I don't know what you really think, but I think the tensions are high.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
Just most of the time, I agree with you. Yes, that's good. Sometimes just that we have to maybe look at time consumption instead of just maybe 30 minutes. Yeah.
The other can say in labro will not point, right?
Mm-hmm.
The country will not point. The country will not point. But folks, let's share the show. Yes, share the show. You see the people. The people, let me tell you something, the people understand what's going on. They don't understand the issue. We'll come to the politics of the day. But I don't know what's trending in Labrador socially. What's trending? What's trending in Labrador socially? If you don't have any there.
Well, yeah, I think so far I haven't maybe have my take on some of the trending social issues. Yeah, I think so far apart from one of our sisters who got married, I think I don't know whether you were around when that situation. I think we also discussed that the lady who have to have a wedding and that makes reactions. People were having their own say about it, but so far.
My hero Sugar Nova.
I think so far. I think that was.
But I'm my hero. Why you discussing Sugar Nova? My hero. I can say it right now. Since I gave her 10 they were saying now a friend man lap. But saying now no fear lap. I gave her 10:30. I gave her only Sugar Nova. My new hero. I say I suppose Sugar Nova 100%. Sugar Nova broke the record in my lifetime since I've been knowing my friend. The woman to step on the game like Sugar Nova. Especially Labron with me. Sugar Nova in my book for life. What Sugar Nova did is a precedent that was set, and nobody can beat that record now. I see your girl, one other girl, you say she show either she can kind of bro, she get veneer in your mouth. First of all, she fooling you because to get false teeth in your mouth. And you say Adelaide something, then you get false butt and false teeth, and you tell me say you see a man, woman, or see a man. I don't take it seriously. Once you start getting false teeth and false butt and false teeth, you're not serious. Sugar Nova is authentic, 100%. That's why I respect Sugar Nova. Sugar Nova is on a very, very high alert socially for me. So I mean, Sugar Nova, that was more welcome to the show. I didn't want to bring Sugar Nova conversation. Sugar Nova, a big girl. Let me tell you now. But we're going to show more.
Well, what's going on?
Not much. Well, yeah, the man want to bring Sugar Nova conversation or again. I was telling you, Sugar Nova, not anybody.
Sugar Nova in your league of us own, so I don't compare anybody with Sugar Nova. They won't change the game forever. Yeah. But what's going on? What's trending?
Those people who holding Sugar Nova all on social media, I don't know. They see things when Lila got married, they were holding her here and there. Sugar Nova got married, they holding her here. The people getting married, you're still sitting. You're not even saying get serious boyfriend. They want to be discussing people like getting married around here. Yeah, the Sugar Nova, they get win the game.
Yes, not only that, but not only that, Mr. Masale, the way Sugar Nova elevated the men profile.
Yeah, my man.
Sugar Nova added value to men. What it means to have added value to a man's life. Sugar Nova unveiled that. So you can't get it any better. Sugar Nova is a right now, I can tell you right now, is Sugar Nova in Melbourne Life. Melbourne Life is set.
Melbourne like Dico.
No, I just say so. I said, for example, don't listen. The one making get the social chairman.
I will not be like Monsieur Digon who say this in their life, anything can happen or thing can no. Don't bring nothing to me. Now in my part of life, nothing can happen like that of such.
No, Melbourne.
Miami, take it back because in my life, especially by this time, thing of such can happen.
We're sorry, folks. Officially, I want to let the public know that is someone like Sugar Nova chauffeur in Melbourne, like Melbourne said. I like it back. No, I take it back. As a chairman, as a social chairman, I will take it back. The Digon just celebrated the resurrection of Jesus. So we got to be very careful and technical about what we say to him. We're still already in a holy month. Next week, by the grace of God, next week, you'll be here, you're a Christian. Next week, if you're a Christian, next week, come. Because we'll talk about the account of the life of the death of Jesus. We'll question some things. Next week, and I'll say no, I'm kind with your Holy Ghost conversation. Don't kind with it. Don't kind with it. We will come with the fact. We'll bring the Bible, and we'll go into the different accounts so we can discuss. Because you see, it's time now for us to start questioning some things about even the things that we believe and the things that we're taught. It's a sign of growth. So next week, you're the Christian and you'll get ready. That week, the show will be that's nothing. But anyway, folks, let's share the show. Somebody said Sugar Nova need a show in my life, but Sugar Nova show in my life. Sugar Nova will be big and her life will be set. I beg you, yeah. Sugar Nova show in my life, her life said, Mama, don't even check. I beg you, yeah. Sugar Nova, she said that. And me, and I straight male, and I gay. Sugar Nova was more than half gay, half male. So that one, I only. I straight. I follow social issue on a daily basis. That one made me the chairman. I can't leave social issue. I can follow it. Anyway, folks,
wow.
Yeah, folks, we want to transition to politics. The thing that you've been waiting for all day that they want you. Mr. Dishu, anything on the social issue? I don't know if you want to get involved with the social conversation. Anything? Because we don't want to seem like we're leaving you off the conversation socially. Anything? Monk, anything you want to add on the social issue? Okay. Mr.
Not really. I think I'm done with the social issue. I don't think I have anything to contribute other than that.
Okay. Thank you. Well, folks, let's share the show now. Let's get into the question the social chairman. Jen, you social chairman are people. Don't check. Anyway, let's share the show, folks. We're begging you. You'll help us share the show now. You'll help us now, please. You'll get hard time. Help us to share the show, yeah. Monk, Mr. Masale, and Melbourne, we have problems on our hands, and we are in some serious problem. Very, very serious. What do you guys make of the news coming up today that Honorable Yeke Kolba has been suspended?
Expel.
Sorry. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same. It's expulsion, it's not suspension. So
what do you guys make of that?
Well, Mr. Dishi is not here, so I'll go first. For me, I'm not looking at the news. I'm just looking at the reactions, especially from people who are supposed to understand the constitutional aspect of Liberia, the laws about democracy and the system of governance that we practice or government that we practice in Liberia. But it seems like our society has been consumed by the politics. So anything that even go against the grain in terms of the nation's survival, you already got two teams split evenly for political purposes. It's the same thing that happened in the Koluba situation. There are so many things. The people who call themselves the law, the people who understand the law, like the Tewan conglomerate of the world, the other lawyers. We saw it with Cabinet Janet before. We saw it with the former speaker. So we listened to the president's statement yesterday. We expect more to happen. And like I said, my only disappointment comes from the regular, everyday, average Liberian, because it seems like some of them, the vast majority of them, for the politics of it, half of the country is already on the side of the government. And it made me to take a deep reflection, just reading comment, people reactions. And I like, this country is not worth fighting for. Today, I think I was thinking, I talked to AB earlier. AB called me, I missed a call, and then I returned his call. I said, hopefully today, maybe it might be my last day on the radio for now. I don't know how that decision will stand, but that's something I'm contemplating on doing, because at this stage, like you said, the country won't burn, but sometimes you got to take time important, you know. The most important currency on the planet is time management. I don't think we come here every day, we talk about things affecting the country, but then the same people who you claim to be advocating for, they are taking the opposite route. You won't even want to believe that members of the so-called Rule of Law Caucus voted against Yeke Koluba. So technically, you don't have an opposition in the country in terms of the lawmakers. You can look towards the political leaders anyway, because they are timid in their responses to anything that happens in the country. You look at our president, Joseph Baga is ruling like a king. When you talk about the real definition of a king, when you ignore the constitution, because at a certain point in time, the reason we get three branches of government is check and balance. That's why you got injunction from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the final arbiter of the land. And everything that comes constitutionally must be interpreted by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court cannot interfere in political matter, but they will interfere in anything that leans towards the Constitution, because that's the reason they were created for. And every crime being leveled against Yeke Koluba, they are constitutional. But you have lawmakers ignoring the state order from the Supreme Court. Can you imagine? It means you don't have a democracy. You don't have a government. And the scary thing is, Joseph Baga won an election with less than 20,000 votes. It's not like he was given a mandate. I can understand a president who is given a mandate than a president who won on a narrow margin, on the 10 years of margins, ruling in such a manner that you can ignore Supreme Court state order, that you can ignore and he been repeating it time after time from 10 new positions. Like the list for Joseph Baga is I would say, is unlimited, the item that's on the list. And he just confirmed it yesterday that this is going to be the new normal under his leadership. So in my view, if the people, because I haven't seen anyone in my lifetime in recent memory that stood up for the Liberian people in terms of doing things right in our country than Yeke. So if Yeke can become a sacrificial lamb and people will defend the government, then there is no point. Then we might as well forget about the next election, because I haven't seen any political leader that can make the case for the Liberian people than Yeke, from the opposition party to anyone. I mean anyone. So if the guy who will put everything on the line, whether his children passport got seized, whether they've been attacking your home physically, whether it's about denying of his benefit because of politics, if this guy can become a victim, then I think there is nothing much to say in the case of Yeke Koluba. But let me tell it over to you guys, and maybe as we go forward, I will say more, but I'll stop there for now.
Thank you. What say you, Masale?
The problem about Yeke Koluba, you see, just like one said, Liberia, we don't know where we are heading to, because this is a country we say we had a president who was elected. And this man, we don't expect to see this kind of thing happen, wherein there is total disrespect for the rule of law and the Constitution under his watch, as one of the oldest presidents we have with 42 years experience. People claim he's a man of wisdom, he's a wise man. And this whole thing about removing Yeke, the whole thing we knew when they started with Prophet Key. We said it here, that Yeke Koluba was those people's target. They just started with Prophet Key to say, oh yes, we start on our own. Yeke Koluba has been the government target from time to time. Lemon said they had a rule of law caucus. Those people were standing with Fonati Kofa to make sure the right thing is done. And today, to see the same people who are standing up for the rule of law to go today and sign for the expulsion of Yeke Koluba, I don't really know what's happening. The time one way say, like the entire legislature, they don't even say no what they are there for. They have been used by the president. If the president want to remove a speaker, they remove him. If you want to expel a city lawmaker, they go ahead and expel you. Anything the president want, he getting it from the legislature. Why can the president make sure the legislature should make good legislation to move the country forward? But he only use them to divide the country and to dismantle the horse. That's why he using them for. These are people who claim to be educated. Someone else say they get master, they get PhD, they get BSc. You're an 82-year-old man that had no future to be using your. This is so sad. That's Liberia for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tishu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, Steve.
Yeah, so quickly, what say you about the quote-unquote expulsion of Yeke Koluba?
Well, Liberia has shown itself to the world again that the rule of law will never and will ever be respected. The Constitution has been abused again. There was a writ of probation sent to that particular group, the House of Representatives, informing them that they shouldn't do anything. Monday, they were supposed to go at the Supreme Court for a discussion over this particular issue. Lately, we have found out today that they never cohered to what was sent to them, and they did things on their own. I have come to realize that this is a set of gangsters that are running our country. Psychopaths, and people that have no direction, claim certain positions in power and misusing it. How can the Supreme Court, the highest body in the land, send you a request asking you to come over for discussion on national issue and you taking your own side? I do not understand how we're going to end this, because the House has already wronged its own self by stating that if it's treason should be done in the court, like what we said yesterday. They are recommending to the Justice Ministry now to take over. That means the city is supposed to go and arrest Yeke. That cannot be implied at this moment because the court did not give an opinion that Yeke had a treason case on him. It was through the House.
Thank you, Mr.
So the
Bishop.
House recommendation to the executive that they should have Yeke arrested, I think, is another path that we're going to tread again and see what's happening in Liberia, because this is a confused country.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bishop. Abraham, let's welcome you to the show. How are you? Okay, Abraham is not available. Let's go to Milborn. Milborn, first of all, how are you and how's the situation in the country?
Well, my dear brother, thank you. Let me just give it up to all of the panelists for their input. And I think this is a sad time for our country, because the issue of tolerance, or the issue of free speech, the issue of people being free to talk, I think is not coming to an end. And this is not only Onaboyeke Koluba. For some of you, in fact, we said that on the show. Let me just correct that quickly, that in the Sktv, when the situation with as you may call Prophet Key, we said that on the show that the next person will be Onaboyeke Koluba, and for true today that is our session, or as you may call, finally come to pass. So they even though they are jokingly saying that one of them is in the bush, possibly maybe in the forest, so maybe they may not really pay attention to that one. But I think this is a bad time. I don't think this is what the government was voted for. Like even outside of our show today, I was interacting with a lot of people today. And I was telling them that people voted for the government for their life to get better, for the system to be better. You can't build system in this form and manner. It's almost like grudges. So every time when our leaders, when they come to power, they come with grudges. They want to revenge. They want to do this. They want to exercise power, and that's bad. I'm also hearing news that I think 7 of some of the CDC lawmakers that also signed the removal of Honorable Kofa has also been expelled by the party. That's the latest news that I'm getting. But again, in all of these things, my dear brother, where is the citizen? The more of asking and saying, we keep asking and we're looking, we're observing, we're watching to see as to how this thing will play. Because, mind you, if lawmaker in this age and time that been voted for by his people will be removed in a kind of form and manner, in the kangaroo system, then what happened to you myself? That means some of us now we had to go back now to the drawing board and be able now to know how to move, how to say, what to say and what not to say, because we now enter into the reactivation of PRC. I haven't wasted PRC, but from all of the talks that my uncle now who listening, maybe my uncle we call on the show, will tell us about the PRC. Former, in fact, the PRC employee now who is president of Liberia now, trying to reactivate the PRC system. So, Steve, this is troubling. Let's be frank. And there are a lot of Unity Party people who are also seriously against this. Even not too long, I saw a statement from one of the strong supporters, Strong Pekin, saying that no, he respectfully disagrees with the president on this or with the government on this, that this is bad, this is terrible. If they can hunt Yeka Koluba in this form and manner, then what happened to them? They did that they respectfully disagree with the government. What's going to happen? So my brother will already enter into the reactivation of PRC. Thank you.
Thank you, Mabel. I'm glad you brought the PRC business up because we'll take our own time today to try to visit history and walk our way back into reality in the times that we are. We want to welcome all of the panelists. We'll try to.
Hello, you getting me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, man. Steve. Let me say good afternoon to you guys, man. Usually when you log on the thing, man, sometimes it just go mute on you.
Right.
Let me say good afternoon to Mabel and all of you, Steve. Mong and my dear brother Dishia Ali. And let me say good afternoon to the listening audience, both at home and abroad. Listen, man. Guys, you guys have said it all, man. And Liberia is in a sad position. It's good that, Mabel, you brought out the issue about the PRC. That was a dictatorship that you had in your country that plagued the nation for 10 years. And that dictatorship gave birth to people the likes of your current president. He was orientated in that system as a cabinet minister. Not only that, being a civilian, he accepted to be a major with a major rank in the army. He accepted that. That was his youthful years. That orientation had brought him thus far, and he's exemplifying that today in his presidency. The tolerant level of your president is just so thin. This man is ruling this country in the draconian way. It is my way or the highway. It's evident that all of the positions, Steve, that include the tenure positions, that include people today. Case in point, you got Emma Glasgow, that he told you that Emma Glasgow stole money. Today they got nothing to prove, and they have released her. And today they are celebrating her, even to the point that project that she initiated, they call her there to honor it. That's the kind of government you got over there, guys.
Thank you.
We got a lot to say, and I just wanted to point those things on while we proceed, man. But it's great to be here.
Thank you so much. Like I was saying, we're going back in history to be able to ensure that We gathered some facts and from some information and some things that are happening or that have happened in the past. It's important for us to revisit history. It's important for us to understand historical facts. Before we jump to the PRC, I like to be clear about things. The PRC did not just come to power. In as much that I have openly said the country people should, all of us as country people, should apologize to the Congo people, and I say stand by that statement till today. There was something that happened that Joseph Boakai knew about, heard of. He came to benefit from Indo regime. Joseph Boakai knew Toba. He knew about Toba. He did. For some of you who don't know, there is a 200-page report from the TRC. In that report, it talks about the same legislative move that you see happening. These things have happened before. But I don't want to talk about that part yet. I will share that report with Milburn, with Monk, and the rest of the team because I downloaded it and I have it available. I've read through that report extensively. We are headed for trouble. We are headed for trouble. That report categorized what was done in the legislature. But here is something that's interesting. Before 1979, Talbot was doing the same thing United Party doing today. In fact, let me give you some kind of historical fact. The New York Times, July 20 of 1979, there was an article published at that time by Kerry Winfrey, was the author. And here's the title of it: Chairmanship in a Period of Political Crisis at Home. You're listening to this, oh? You're listening to this. These are important things. I see some of you United Party people are passing around celebrating. For me, it's not about Prophet Key. It's not about Yeke Koluba. It's not about the next opposition leader that they're going to go after. And they will go after Claudia. They will go after Jawia. I want you to hear that today. We said it on the show. They will go after Musa Hassan Belete. I want you to remember this. They will go after Alexander Cummings. They will go after Tiawan Gonglo. This is serious. This is very, very serious. The thing that you're playing with in that country, when you hit you'll have yourself to blame. We are signing their land. Some of you think we're beating war drama. We say it. Your think we're against government or we're against Joseph Boakai. Some of the senators, and let me say this, all of the senators or all of the people who are writing now, you are hypocrites. You need to write. You need to shut your mouth and go sit down. Liberian people, we can see problem. We see it. The church people are very quiet. The Holy Ghost movement today. The Muslim people are very quiet. They are in mosque today. We are joking. This is getting serious. Joseph Boakai got nothing to lose. Let me tell you today. Joseph Boakai is on departure. Joseph Boakai can die anytime from now. This is very, very serious. Joseph Boakai could care less about the future of that country. The same pattern I'm seeing today, Toba were doing that same thing. Toba clamped down on people, on protesters. Oh, this is serious. You know that? Toba jumped back on Matthews and other people in our report. You're sitting here, we are telling you historical facts. When anything get out of hand, because when you
see, get to add you real quick. Even if very same Samuel Jackson was Joe during that time. Samuel Jackson today.
When you treat people like this, people can bounce back. It's serious. This is not a joking thing. As we speak, you don't know what kind of conversation other people are having behind closed doors. Security apparatus that you don't even get in that country. Hey, you're joking with. You're messing around. You're messing around. You're messing around. This is the wrong way we are going. This is the wrong way we are proceeding. This is the wrong way. To even get to the point where you shut down the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court can say nothing. Folks, the articles will be made available to members of the team so you guys can read it and see for yourselves and just see the historical pattern and facts. My question to you guys, the panelists, where are we headed now? Let's start with Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, where are we started? Where are we headed? Where do you think we're headed as a country?
Oh, for me, I think for what is happening now, because these are things that, most of the time when we talk, they will be like, oh, you want to be in America, you're inciting violence, you want to be talking about war. Nobody talking about war. But things that led to the war, and these are similar things we are seeing. If somebody feel like, oh, I'm the president, I'm the Lord and gospel, there will be no freedom of speech, they do whatever they want to do. These are things that led us to 14 years of useless war that fought in the country with loss of life. So this is where is that we are heading to the, like they say again, dictatorship that led us to war. This is why the president continue to undermine the peace and stability of our country. So we are heading to trouble again, and we pray against that. But the government had to put that act in order. Thank you.
Yeah, let's hear from Mr. Dishu. Mr. Dishu, what say you?
Well, what I wanted to say, Steve, and to the panelists is that I sent an interview that Mr. Gonglo had on Prime FM. I think, Steve, you got it. And I think, Mong, you have it. I think, Masale, you also have it.
Yep.
I brought this particular point up because what people read and what other experience as part of what happened, it says a lot. Gonglo stated exactly that the jailing of Joe or Baka Mafia them was brought out in a different faction. It was the public was misled, and the government at that time did not take certain effect to quench the false information that were emanating within the circle of the people at that time. It was a lot of mistakes that happened, that the war was not even supposed to have come out if the government had taken the appropriate measure in sharing information with the public. I think you should go over it because I can't take up my time on that particular issue. But what I would say is that our Constitution has been hijacked. I will only start speaking right now from the point that I know that Liberia is a failed state. Because all the criteria that carry a failed state is what is happening now. A broken system have been revealed in all aspects that we have. The structural setting of our government, is damaged. It's damaged to the point that nothing can go on right. Only the elites are enjoying life right now. And these are things that we should talk about. We should get more better information so we'll be able to share it, that the public will be able to get some of these things and be able to compare and contrast it with what happened before and what is happening now and what we prepare for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to Abraham before we come to Mongo. Mongo will be the last one.
Yes, Steve, the references that you made, those are accurate references that you made. And what culminated into the 1980 coup was like a drip. 1979, you had a West riot. And that country was massively looted in a short space. The people you're talking about, the Baka Mafia and all of the progressive guys, the Oscar Kuya and all of them, including the very same Jackson today, they were all incarcerated. And those people were in jail, but their supporters were still out there. It became a drip. Eventually came 1980. You had a coup in our country, and Mr. Barker then benefited from that coup. He got orientated politically when it comes to cabinet positions. So this is where we are heading. Steve, look, in any nation, when the rule of law is being violated, It's like the man pissing on your hair and telling you it's raining, and you must accept it. This is what Liberia is faced with today. If you got a judicial branch of government, and there is nothing that they say that you adhere to as a president, you're heading for a trouble. And Liberia is at the precipice of that right now. There's going to be a problem in that place. You're not going to disenfranchise majority of the people and you expect them to be clapping for you, Steve. It's not going to happen.
Thank you so much.
This is where we are headed.
Thank you. Lobon, Mr. Lobon, Monk. Well, we had it.
Well, for me, I got one theory that I always recite on the show because I've seen it 1,000 times, the rubber band theory. Rubber band, you can scratch it backwards, but there's an elastic limit. At a certain point in time, it cannot scratch beyond that point. It's elasticity, and then it will come back to sting you. And we are seeing the historical patterns are there. For me, I'm now a historian. I didn't do history in school, but I read history and philosophy religiously because I've come to the conclusion that history will shape your future. You cannot relive the past, but the past is going to shape your future. And if you are working towards a future, then you have to make reference. You cannot go back to relive the past, but you can use the past to prepare the future. And I believe philosophy will guide you morally, socially, in any way, shape, or form. Is your philosophy that will guide you in life in terms of decision making. And looking at this president, like I said, it's just a matter of time. I already know what the country is headed. I keep telling Melbourne every day. That's why you see that anger and resentment every day, from the market women to the police officer, people attacking law enforcement officer, to border disputes, students, people who working, they live in the picking line and they're calling for protest. You got people protesting all in the ministries for pay. Like, you can see it happening. It's like we are watching a movie. It just needs one trigger point that will turn the whole country into a tailspin. Because when we talk about revolution, right, and change, nothing happened one day. Like AB said, it's drip, drip, drip. And when you wake up from bed every morning, what you see in Liberia, market women not protesting, it will be student riot. If students not protesting, government employees. If not government employee, you got a dispute. If it's not a dispute, you got a removal of a speaker. If not a removal of a speaker, you got a constitutional crisis going on somewhere. Perfect key. So we are already into it. It just remains for us to take it to a whole different level that will involve the country in its entirety. That's the only event that is waiting to happen. But here is the thing. You know, everything that happens in politics is a precedent. And people use that, people reference that. It took me a while to figure out, because Madam Salih did something that is unprecedented, that you will have a vice president that served with you for 12 years, only to switch over to the main opposition party. It never happened anywhere in recorded history with the exception of Liberia. Now I'm getting to understand why Madam Salih never supported the idea of a Joseph Boaga presidency, even though he's president now. But that was the best decision I think I've seen from any Liberian leader, because Joseph Boaga told us exactly who he was before he became president. People just choose to ignore. It's almost like a man dating a woman. People be like, oh, the woman changed. No, the woman never changed. You were just in love. You didn't pay attention because they will show you who they are. You just refuse to pay attention. We saw it with the CPP. We saw it before the CPP. How he took the colleagues to court saying that he doesn't even know them. Can you imagine a man that went to school with Alexander Cummings, that took gift from Mr. Alexander Cummings, telling you in court on live camera that he does not know him? What it says about your character, about your personality. And you want to ask up, you want to be like, this is some kind of surprising event happening. No, you were warned. You saw it coming. And he even told you yesterday that you can expect more to come. So he's literally telling you that this is the new normal. Joseph Boaga is a PRC or general that is in a civilian clothing, because I think he's worse than Samuel Doe from what I'm looking at. I wasn't grown up enough to watch, to analyze Doe administration. I had read, okay, I heard some things from older folks, but what I'm seeing, especially heading into an election, because we ain't in election season yet. If this man can put up such a trick before election, what do you think he's going to do when power is on the line during elections? And I keep telling folks, elections are not rigged on election day. You rig the process leading to elections. That's why they are setting up now. You suppressing dissenting opinion, somebody from his county or some from his own war room becoming election commission. The lawmakers don't have respect for the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will issue a state order. And these are people that are telling you, Yeke brought the house to dispute. Does that even make any sense that the Supreme Court on a constitutional matter will file in an injunction or a stay order and lawmakers will know they are warning? You don't have a country, my brother. So for me, I don't know where we are headed. So I think I will stop there for now.
Thank you. Let me. Nobody want to come in before we, or we I made my statement and we'll turn it over to you because we got to go for the news bulletin. Let me thank all of you guys, first of all, for this conversation. Our next conversation we'll get back is, what will the opposition do? What can the opposition do? What are their options? Because you have a sitting government who is disrespecting the Supreme Court. For me, that's where my concern is at this point. I'm past all that political thing because for them, politics is lies, propaganda, conglomerating against people. They've seen people who call themselves rule of law caucus, some of them voting with the other people to expel Yeke. They're shifting the goalposts as to why they want to expel him. One meaning is about bringing the house to public disrepute. Another meaning is about treason conversation. So we can't even hold one story as to why Yeke is being expelled. We cannot. We can't even follow our own constitution to follow the process to getting someone expelled from the house. That's not my issue at this point, because I think I'm mentally stable enough to understand that these are dangerous guys that got no sense of the future. Most of them, everything about them is about now, right in the moment. So these are dangerous people. So I'm not so concerned. And most of them don't even understand their roles and what they're doing in the House of Representatives. No disrespect to them. I don't care how old you can be. Most of them don't understand. Most of them have no understanding of their roles and responsibility in the House of Representatives. Most of them don't. Because if they did, they will not be wearing yellow suit to go tell the president thank you in 2026 for yellow machine. That alone tells me that they're not there. They don't get it. And they will not, I don't think they will ever get it again. So I walk past that. But for the sitting government to disrespect the Supreme Court, I think this is where the problem is. And we'll be discussing our next question. We'll come out from the news bulletin. What should the opposition do? Because I want to guarantee the Liberian people in the world at large. Oh, Unity Party not stopping there. If you think they're stopping on Yeke, you lie. Yeke was the bus stop to jumpstart this whole process of coming after opposition leaders. Oh, they will come after the opposition leaders. We've told you here before, but they had to work their way through to be able to get certain position, test the water, and they have tested the water. The fact that they tried with Prophet Key, we are in problem, folks. You don't say something, we're not saying it. We're saying it because we care about Liberia. We are in some serious problem. What are the opposition options? What can they do? When we get back, we'll talk about it. Mabon, let's turn it over to you. Unless maybe you want.
I think we can go on. Yeah. We can still go on, I suggest. And why the news go on with Mabon? What do you think?
Yeah, but I think we go for to be on the radio, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, no problem, Mr. Dishu, Steve, and the rest of the team. The news people say we should continue on the topic.
Hey, me, I know the news people now.
I was just about to say that because the same national issue we are covering here. So when
tell O'Neill the leadership.
Yeah.
We're not going to allow Mr. Boaka to fool in that time. I want to say something about it.
Yes, Steve. Let me say this, from yesterday, I have been talking that this is a pattern. So we should talk about the pattern. Steve tried to say it again, but from yesterday we've been talking. And before yesterday, we have all said that this pattern here grew up from starting off with Yeke, and the possibility of others that they might throw their hooks on. This is a serious issue. That means to say we're going to have no opposition until 2029. Because it is silencing the people at this moment and having the law to twist on their side and forcing the Constitution to back their fake law, I think we're going to have a serious problem. So who's going to be talking for the opposition in 2029?
Thank you.
Yeah, let me know who's going to be speaking for the opposition, because everything you say is going to be quenched, or it had a precedent case on it that they will refer you to. They will refer us back to a Prophet Key case. They will refer us back to a Yeka case. And the next person they're going to get will be a higher position person that they will be able to impose the precedents, saying that these things have happened before and this is the law that follow it. So this is a generous pattern.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dishu. Here's a question I wanted to bring up, and we'll delve into that question, and more likely so other questions will evolve as we move on. But what are the options for the opposition? What can the opposition do? Let's start with you, Mr. Connor. Mr. Connor.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. The opposition got a lot to do. And I've been contemplating on this since this Yeka saga started. Any of the political parties that was given birth from the 17-year war in our country, they need not identify with this government when it comes to those kind of draconian behavior. The likes of the ACO, the likes of the MPP, they were giving birth from the treatment the Dole regime meted against their people that led them into exile. And eventually they brought in armed insurrection in our country and then, of course, gave birth to their political party. I can tell you this. If the likes of people like G.V. Nkrumah was living, I don't think he would sit in Liberia and allow his party, wherein his people and his party members' majority got into exile because of bad governance in our country. Were allowed to align with such a government in this country in this modern day. So I urge them to think it twice. Again, a majority of them, they lived through from the Turbo era up to the war. If they will allow such thing to be reincarnated in our country and then live with it, Steve, we are in serious trouble. And the people are hyped on it. Listen, Steve, you got armless women in the market. You can see the visible anger in their faces. The frustration, forget about the men, but the women. There is no podcast that you go to see any of those videos and the people there celebrating anything. They're angry.
Thank you so much.
So we are in trouble, guys.
Thank you so much. Mr. Masale, what say you? What are the options for the opposition? What do you think the opposition is?
The opposition, I don't really know what's happening in the country. Like during the previous administration, we saw how the opposition were together and putting the government feet to the fire. And a simple mistake the government made, they make sure they flag it. But today, the opposition is just like they are all in bed with the ruling party. Everybody just silent. Nobody speak on national issues. Such a thing happening in the country. Like even the Guinea border issue. Today we have opposition leaders in the country that are speechless. They don't say anything about it. And like you said, Steve, among everybody here, if we will sit the opposition, if they will sit over there, they are government in waiting and allow Mr. Boakai to continue to respect the constitution, the rule of law, and everything in the country, and they sit and allow it. 2029, they should just forget about being elected in that country to say, oh yes, we will run campaign, we'll go through election, and we make sure we unseat Mr. Boakai. Because you people are there, Mr. Boakai continue to flex his muscle and he's passing through. So why you people will do that? You're waiting for 2028 or 2029 before you're ready to speak out on bad governance. when you people saw what those people did when they were in opposition, I don't think the opposition in Liberia, they are not ready, waiting to unseat President Bouaka. If they are waiting to unseat in 2029, we'll see how they will be. I think we'll see from their action on national issue and such a lawlessness, unconstitutional behaviors that are happening in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to Mabon. Let's have you include in the conversation. What do you think the options of the opposition are?
Well, Mark, Steve, and the rest of the panelists, like I'm always saying here, I think the former ruling party and that are the other opposition. I think by this time, some of our tough talking, people who claim that, oh yes, maybe they are far better, they can do all of the best thing, they can transform Liberia. I think this is the best time for them to stand up. But we don't see any of them. And they're always saying on this show, that's what someone will say. People say, oh, maybe people will leave the other group of people and you'll vote for other group of people. Because at the end of the day, in this kind of a situation, all the 21 political parties, the 40 political parties that claim that in fact that they love Liberia so much, you're not seeing all of them. Nobody around. Everybody keep calling for oppositions. Oh, where are the opposition? Where are the opposition? That means they're telling you that we don't want to be seeing only the former ruling party. We want to see those of you yesterday who participated into the elections, how united you can be and be the face of the opposition. But no, they are all now shying away. All of them, they are afraid. The only thing we can get out of them are press releases. They go and do their video recording and post it on the internet. My brother, we don't have any kind of opposition. I think the only thing we have here is a former ruling party. So if they continue in this form manner and CDC come out and start to maybe to engage the people, then I mean CDC will be the face now of the opposition for me what I'm seeing. So I don't think there's any kind of genuine oppositions or people who willing maybe to take power from the Unity Party apart from CDC. So yes.
Is CDC out? Is even speaking out?
Well, hold on one second, Mr. Masari. You are your opportunity. Let's get to the other things. Mr. Dishu, what are the options for the opposition? Before we go to Monk. Okay.
I believe that the opposition, the positions that they're taking now, even individual party leaders, making statements and things like that, they have not come together as a team yet to address or to let the government know in unity what they have in common. It will take some time. At this moment, nobody wants to join a friend in expressing their view of how things are going on at this moment. CDC had their own spokesman. Mr. Cummings came out, Mr. Ability writing and he on different podcasts expressing his view about what's happening and the things that they don't agree with. So the opposition has a problem at this moment, and until they can get themselves together, they think it still will be hanging on with the ruling party that is in power right now. And the next biggest party is the Seditians, who should have more supporters that whenever their own leaders come to talk, you will see more people around. But I don't know if the people are the one that will carry the message or what the message is being said. So that's what we should talk about also. Thank you.
Thank you. Monk, what do you think are the options of the opposition? Monk, you there? Monk. Okay. I think when Monk joins us, he will make it. But let me
Well, Steve, real quick before you come here. See, just imagine you have a government today that continuously fail in the rule of law when it comes to the MCC, and they're doing nothing to correct it, but rather they're doubling down. That tells you.
Thank you. Well, let me say this. You see, I want to start off first in terms of the opposition. I want to commend the CDC in less than 6 hours or 4 hours of the expulsion, the CDC have issued a communication that all seditionists or all CDC lawmakers that voted to expel Yeke, CDC expelled them. I want to commend the CDC for that. I do. To be very honest, I do. It's a strategic move. It's a good move. Oh, Monk, please come here, please. Sorry, go ahead, Monk. What say you? What are the options for the opposition before
I think you just read my mind like someone with an X-ray. I think I must commend CDC in this manner for their decision. Yep. That's what I expected from the so-called rule of law caucus. But apparently, I think the CDC is showing some tactical brilliance politically as opposed to the other so-called party. Yep. And don't forget, our lawmakers, it seems like they just align with a party, but they don't listen to the political leaders. That's just why it is. Because if that is the case, there is no way those guys who are required or who have gotten the number of a tutor to expel Yeke. United Party is being strategic. Like I said, there is no opposition in Liberia. The only candidate or the only lawmaker I know that can go any part of that country and bring people out of Yeke Koluba. If you bring Yeke Koluba down, I don't know which opposition will be able to make that case. Because United Party will say, okay, the reason you got us because CDC was so bad that you have to bring in United Party. Who you think will be the one to bridge that gap in terms of messaging to the voter? It's only Yeke. That's why they are going after Yeke. You get Yeke off the way now, nobody stands in the way, no matter how you say it. That's the whole target. That's why they targeted him. That's why, like I said, the outcome of Yeke case was a foregone conclusion. It was so easy that you can just see it from afar. They know exactly what they are doing, and they're doing it before time. Look, like I said, you don't rig an election on election day. You rig the process before getting to the election, and you just confirm it on the election day. That's why Yeke has always been the target. But yeah, it's my thing. I want to say, because I've been reading, like I said, when these kind of things happen, I love following the interaction for the regular, everyday people. The one group I noticed, and people don't talk about them much, the ANC folks. They are one of the emotional contingent that I've observed, right? They got a narrative that Yeke Koluba abandoned Cummings for Joseph Boakai. And Yeke Koluba gave us the clear indication why he did it. The election was between United Party and CDC. And if Yeke was part of the opposition, who you think he would have supported? Because they want to make it because of tribal issue that he went to Joseph Boakai. And Yeke said, no, that's not the case. It was where the Liberian people were leaning in order to get rid of CDC at the time. That politics is dynamic, it changed over time, it's not static. So even though I went around the country with Cummings, we went all over the country, by the end of the day, the race boils down to what? Unity Party and CDC. So the idea that Yeke brought Boakai to power so we should ignore the constitution and it's supposed to be good for Yeke, that's a silly argument. It makes no goddamn sense. Because, okay, what you say? Are you telling me that we want to limit the constitution to Yeke Koluba? Is that what you're trying to say? And matter of fact, even with Yeke, you're telling me your candidate will have won anyway? No. So we are not looking at it from a political party standpoint. We are looking at the precedent that is being set right before our very own eyes that other political leaders could likely or potentially be victim of. So it might happen to Yeke today. What happens if they come after Cummings tomorrow? Matter of fact, they did it before with the CPP. So you're telling us that we should stay on the side because Yeke supported Cummings and somehow he flipped to Yeke, to Joseph Boakai. Is that the argument we are making here? Why can someone come on the platform and even make the case with Prophet Key? Because it's a precedent. And that's why you don't want happening in politics, because people will keep using it all the time, most especially with this president that doesn't have respect for the rule of law.
Thank you. Thank you, Monk. Let me go back to the point I was making, because it was Monk's term, and I came in. I'm a straight shooter. I don't like to go around things. I believe in diplomacy. I do. To be very honest, I believe in diplomatic stuff. However, I also believe in the third law of motion of Sir Isaac Newton. To every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. I do believe in that. I do. I like balance in life. I like balance. And because of that, yes, I'm critical of the CDC. I am. I think the CDC had their own faults. I'm not going to use the word challenge. Those are faults. I think the CDC did wrong. But in this open manner, I want to congratulate and thank the CDC for at least mustering the courage to expel all the lawmakers that voted to expel Yeke. Great move. But it's not enough from the opposition. I'm going to make two open pleas to the opposition. Me, and I don't get time for foolishness. I don't do too well with stupid people. I don't do too well with foolish people. I don't. Because fools are not my friends. I want to say this to the opposition. If you want to be opposition, be opposition. But you need to muster some balls. The opposition need to grow some balls. Taman Congolo need to stop talking too much. Men don't be talking too much. Men take action. Your leader talking too much. You need to get into action. The first thing I want the opposition to do. Look, let me tell you something. If you get your horse and there's no room in your horse, and I come to your horse, say there is no room in your horse, I can do anything. I can waste water on your couch. I can eat your horse and leave the DJ, the daddy DJ there. There is no room. So who there? The United Party-led government has shown that there is no rule in Liberia. They don't respect the Supreme Court. Since there is no rule, guess what? The opposition need to stage a protest that Yeke must be reinstated. Let me say this, and you don't go behind the horse. That's why I said from the beginning, you won't be opposition. The coward behavior that you got, the criminal crooked behavior that you got, you're working with the government overnight. In a day, you call yourself opposition. It don't serve the people. The two-faced, you need to be serious. Me, I'm opposition. Oh, yes. I don't support the government because the government is a criminal government. Joseph Boakai is a criminally minded old man. I don't support him in any way, shape, or form. I'm from Lofa County. I don't support Joseph Boakai in any way, shape, or form because he's a criminally minded old man. He's a confucianist. He's a crook, and he's a serious man. So I can never support those kind of people. The same way I told President Joe, I would have never supported him in the past 6 years because of his dubious deeds. And the same way I say, so yes, our opposition, I got no problem with that. I have no issues with that. When you do what is right, I will tell you, I will support you. You do what is wrong, I will oppose you. I don't get no shady side, black and white. Either are there or not there. It is what it is. The first thing the opposition must stage a protest. This idea in our country where you can stage protest, where no protest can hold. Protest is part of people's fundamental and democratic rights. Any country you see where people climbing down on people for protest, we're heading in problem. The opposition must stage a protest, a national protest. Send the government, in fact, the opposition don't need to ask nobody for any kind of document to get them permission to go protest. That shit needs to go away. We need to get serious. Because the government does not respect the law. And if they don't respect the law, then guess what? Then let's handle it another way. If you don't do that, you remember today is the 17th. If the opposition does not stand up against the government openly and challenge them and force their hand to do what is right, you can rest assured that you will never win election in our country unless you go to war. The people you are dealing with, they are semi-educated, criminally minded, and very dangerous group of people. They're not CDC. United Party people are the most dangerous group of people that you will ever see in modern times. These guys are very, very dangerous. And in order to get rid of them, you must take the fight to them, don't sit on the sideline. You must take the fight to them. Don't wait for them to plan. You must counter their plans. And you must openly show to them that you are not for them. Let me tell you something. Let me say this to you today. You think why Eugene Fago and other people then complaining? If you don't join Unity Party and you don't fall in line, nothing will work for you. That's the mantra, that's the notion, and that's what it is. I'm saying that I'm calling on the opposition openly. I mean, I'm not going to be able to talk. And I go man all the talk because I don't do gossip business. If y'all want for the country to fall in line and do what is right, y'all must oppose this government openly. Stop trying to be nice. United Party people are users. They don't like nice people. They will use you. They don't like sweet people. That's why they don't play around with me because I don't. They know we draw the line long time. The lines are drawn long time. Some of us we are on record of opposing Joseph Boakai even before he became president. And I thank God. I am grateful to God I'm alive to see everything that we said Joseph Boakai would do, he's doing it. So the joke is on Joseph Boakai now. Because we predicted Joseph Boakai, what he would do, what the United Party would do, we predicted on the show. The records are there. The opposition must stage a national protest. I don't care how you want to call it. And you must come together in unity to do that one. You must come together in unity to do that one. Let it be, even if you want to organize on this side, to organize on this side as well. It be concurrent. I mean, all organizations, the jihad are doing no king's protest in America here. Places around the world. That's how you send a message. That's the first thing you want to do. And let's see if Gregory Cuomo and the so-called military and whatever, if they get a manpower to bring people in the street, even the military will join you, even the police will join you. I can tell you that today because people are sick and tired of what's going on. If you keep quiet, you keep writing and we categorically denounce, the people you're writing all those things to, they can't read and write. You don't want with it to open that country to stop the noise. You're doing now. They did it with fanatic Kofa. They targeted Yeke. The next person they come in target, they will come from the CDC again. They will be switching letter, doing your letter. Musa Bede de Upa, he saw what they did to him. They're running around small. And right now, they don't want to do nothing. They're taking all the CNC people there for a run. You think a joke? You think Wilfred? I know Wilfred. What I mean? I don't want a Secretary General that went to what they play name? What they play name? That went to MDR.
Bangura.
Yeah, he needs a medicine man. You think I won't left because he left because he want to leave? These people are saying certain things. So we need to be serious. I don't give a damn if any Unity Party man or woman say my statement why I say here saying, oh, you're calling for war, whatever. I'm clear. I have a problem if you don't understand English. I said openly the opposition must stage a national protest that will occur concurrently or simultaneously. I mean, happening all over. We're doing all countries. I don't care if you say I'm calling for war. That's not my business. I don't care about that. That's not my issue. That is not my issue. The thing what you are doing, I told you that I can bring war. The behavior that you're carrying on. Tobo did that same thing. And that's the same thing that brought 1989 war. Tobo did it, but you guys are now, you're not acquainted with history. You don't know history. You don't know the facts. You dwell in lies, propaganda, and foolishness. I'm way above that. I know what I'm telling you. This is why I was able to predict that your Joseph Boakai will be a criminal. Because I know your behavior, I profiled him a long time ago. And I will still stand by what I said about Joseph Boakai. What I said 2000, 2001, 2003, 2019 about Joseph Boakai, I still stand by it today. Because there were facts then and there are facts today. And the realities are playing out. So that would be my honest recommendation to the opposition. Y'all want to do your press conference thing? Y'all continue. You think I CDC? Y'all continue, y'all see. But let's get to the next line of conversation before we open the lines. I think this is.
But Steve?
Yeah.
Before you get to that next line real quick, you know the disappointing thing here? You got people in that place. Forget about the Unity Party ascendancy to power. But Yeke stood in the trenches for people like Darius Dillon for his 2 elections in our place. And Darius Dillon is sitting over there. He could not even say a word to his with his alliance. I mean, his alignment with the Unity Party. He couldn't even say a word in Yeke's defense. Everything that Yeke said today, the nation is still being occupied by a foreign country. What have changed? This is a transfer aggression, and it needs to be spoken against. The country is still, Guinea is still occupying that very place. The man told you to see the place for Guinea for his information. And yesterday it's been proven.
Yeah.
You got your president can even speak to you about the situation in Guinea. So what's going to happen if eventually that place is not given back to Liberia? Will you say Yeka was right? What sort of backward idea is it? And then you see lawmakers sitting over there. They got a speaker that got all the transgressions on him. They have never even wanted to have a hearing. They got a country invaded. They have no sight of the security apparatus for one day of hearing.
Yep.
Nothing.
No report.
No report. No nothing. And the people sitting in our country that are taking this for a joke.
Thank you.
People that the wrong power grab and they need to think of Jesus, Steve.
Let me come here a little bit because AB mentioned Delon specifically.
Yes.
You know, it's like a political game. People like Delon, the Amara Conan, they are people I would consider to have unrestricted access to the president. They are the big boys within the rescue, on the rescue train.
Where's the cushion, man?
I noticed one thing, it's a pattern here. When the president does something wrong, they pretend I have to say they are opposing to it when in fact they knew in advance as to what he was going to do because of their access to this president.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw something.
More
I think your internet is
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yeah, the reason I said that, like I said, the Amara corner of the war because they want to create this illusion that they are in opposition, but that's a lie. When you are the major player on the rescue train and some of the people who Bwaka are listening to them, it means you know things in advance. You know the decision that he will make. But when it comes to the public, you want to act like you're on the right side or you're trying to defend the rule of law when you know you are on the president's team. That's what Dillon wrote. And I believe it's very important. Get a short piece. He said, any and all rules adopted by the legislature must conform to the requirement of the due process laid down in the Constitution. That is what the last statement of Article 38 of the Constitution emphatically stated. This is a mandate, not a choice, not a discretion. Article 2 of the Constitution places the Supreme Court as the only constitutional legal body vested with the authority to define and determine what the law is, what the law says, and what the law means. This essentially means no other entity or branch of government is not left to itself to determine and define its own kind of due process, especially where constitutional and fundamental rights may be affected. And the Supreme Court has long since repeatedly settled on the meaning, definition, and interpretation of due process as required by the Constitution. So what they're literally saying that the same house that is accusing Yeke Koluba of bringing into disrepute or to reproach, they are the one violating the law. Like I said, the only person, if you go down to the bottom of this case, that committed a crime is Joseph Bwaka. And I am surprised because Tewan Gongo is another president. He's not only a political leader, but he's also somebody who is well versed in the law and constitutional law and some of the documents in our country. He's signatory to them. Tewan Gongo promised us that if Joseph Bwaka cannot impanel an body to investigate, he will not lead an impeachment effort against the president. Tewan Gongo, why are you not talking now? What became of your impeachment process? Why we cannot get a report? What happened to the independent investigation that you warranted from this president?
More. Before you and Abraham, the point that you are laying that interesting point, the factual points. That's why I said I don't want to hear from any senator or any representative that was quiet, silent, did not have the balls or the courage to speak before and doing this entire thing. What they're not writing in code. Let they don't call and say, man. Let you come in public and say what they did was wrong. Let you start writing all that in there. Who got time for that crap? That hypocrite. Is a hypocrite. Doesn't have the boss to come in public and say what Joseph Bwaka do is wrong. Let him come and say what Joseph Bwaka did was wrong. Let him come and say it. Let him more. I challenge Delon to say that. But because he's a hypocrite, all of them, they're hypocrites. Who tell you they don't know that this was going on, it was wrong? Who told you they don't know that? Who told you they don't know what's going on is wrong? And after the thing, then they sat down for Nati Kofa. They sat down there when they finished removing for Nati Kofa. Then he went on the radio and said, our first move, the government first move.
Yes, harmless.
Why did he say that? That crook, that liar, Delon does not have the balls to stand up as a man and say what they're doing is wrong. So he's running around acting like he's writing Delon in red. Delon no book. Or they won't run me.
But Steve, to add up the way you stated, Steve, Steve, you know, constituencies happen to be the University of Liberia, part of it as a Mr. Senator. He sat over there. The police brutalized the students over there. There are not issue one statement in terms of students. That's what I'm talking about here. But because those things need to be pointed out, Dylan was taking the airway every day under the previous government. Everything transpired at the University of Liberia. He was on the airway. But today it is his government that is supporting, and those transgressions are going on, and he's saying nothing about it. But that's a life for you.
He can rap funny, parable, one make it look like he. Then so later on he can come out and make it look like he's smart. You smart, Dylan. You so be smart, man. But when they're more crooks and criminal, you can be smart. When it comes to real understanding the issue and discussing the issue, you got no balls, Dylan. You are not a man of integrity. I'm saying here, you and Yomli Kanga Lawrence, you're just simple crooks. They're not serious group of people. Dylan and Yomli, they're not serious group of people. They're supposed to be speaking all these things. Yomli, that's Senate Pro Tem. Okay, let them give that. In America, yeah. In other democracy, you are liberty to speak when you see your friend proceeding wrong. It's okay. You're not going to help. You're not that. It is okay. But they don't do that. They sit down all of them quiet. They're acting clean. That other one, what they say on Gold Man, that soulless hearing cause that they all won't be adding the joking with it. You think that joking thing? You they say you on Gold Man, you behaving a slave. Like you don't want to be talking. You soulless, you got no soul. You hearing cause that you all won't be ready and making it look like a joke. You think there's a joke? There's a serious thing. You think that, let me tell you something. I don't care what you say about Yaga Koluba. I don't care how you feel about how Yaga Koluba expresses himself. Yaga Koluba is a man of integrity. Whether you like it or not, what Yaga Koluba has spoken, listen, I might not agree with the way he speaks or the way he says things. I might not agree with that. Or I don't agree with how people talk. Some people don't let the way I express myself, but I don't care because I'm a man, I'm not a woman. I would not tell a woman the way I can talk, how I can talk. The message is clear. Yaga Koluba's message has been clear and consistent. That he's against corruption. And this is where we need to be. We don't focus on the message. And the way the man say, that fool like he was speaking.
Let me tell you guys a quick announcement, and I think the trend will be the next thing that will happen in Liberia just before you guys come on. District number 1 people of Monserrado County are mobilizing signature process. That's what you do. All the law to remove the lawmaker that voted against Yeke Koluba, and I know it will cascade to other districts, and we will go after every single one of them. All those that were signatory to
listen,
but that's what I want to keep hearing.
That would be a powerful precedent. Seriously, I would agree with you 100%.
Let me say this. I don't think the people of the district should wait for 2029. I think there should be a widespread nationwide protest that the people of the district, everybody should come outside. Let me say this. If we don't do this to save this democracy, to save us from any kind of plan that other people might be having, or any kind of thing that might happen, it will be catastrophic. It will go out of hand. Because these guys don't even respect the Supreme Court. Can you imagine that?
But see, to add to what you guys are stating, I would strongly recommend to Yeke Koluba to go to the Supreme Court and put the people on the record and let the court run a decision that the process leading to his sponsor was illegitimate.
That's what they're going to do.
And then secondly,
Ibrahim, that's what they're going to do. That's why in progress right now. But I wanted y'all to...
Let me just close real quick. Another thing I would want him to do, and his legal team, to contact the ECOWAS court and put these people on the record.
Yes,
because this it will be a accumulated thing that will be on the record of this failed government. Those are things. And then kudos to the district number 1. I want some people to be angry for the next 3 years of the election, because otherwise your country is going to be left with nothing.
Yep.
And I think you see the good thing about Sktv, we are on the radio. So we have access to the entire country. This particular initiative started by district number 1. I think we have to champion it and tell the entire country that every single lawmaker, because these people happens to be your real enemy, or men without a feature cannot
people be law unto themselves.
Yeah, this petition politics, I think it's time for it to start with a signature gallery, and Sktv will be behind this initiative across every electoral district. That voted Yeke Koluba. This is how we start the program. Steve, up to you. I can open the line if you want to.
Yeah, Melbourne, let's get some reaction quickly before then we can save the rest of the time to react or respond or interact with our people. Let's get some interactions or some responses.
All right, that's great. So, folks, those of you who've been following and still following, I'm placing your calls 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening. And I have to say, please, let Joe go straight to the issues and all the kind of talk. Hello to this first caller. Good evening.
Okay, let me say good evening, Brother Mayborn and that of your panelists. You know, my name is Jeremiah Siawe. I joined the discussion from district number 6. You know, you guys have said it all. We are watching. And also from tonight we start doing background investigation. Even if our lawmaker voted against Honorable Jeke Koluba, we're going to start galvanizing men and women to carry it to that place. So, let me tell you, I just want you to go on Jeke TV, go on the page, follow that incident that occurred in Kemon County. Jeke Koluba was the only lawmaker that to speak in the face of.
You talk about the B Mountain, right?
Yes, that issue that occurred in Africa. The police went there and shot people. It was only Jeke Koluba, even the lawmaker that company in Jeke, you was Jeke Koluba like a puppet. It was only Jeke Koluba that stood and spoke in the face of the company that even export that thing and export the kind of drugs they had there that no drugs to the common workers. It was only Jeke Koluba. But in the world, you look at that kind of man who can speak reality, speak to power, and experience from the world.
I see. What? All right. Thank you, my dear brother. To this caller, quickly. Good evening. Hello. Go ahead, man.
My name is Emmanuel Sanucci. I put to your panelists, especially because there is a plan now the opposition to come out to tell the government what they are doing is wrong. It's unconstitutional. They are now new with the opposition to come out. According on our chairman on the CDC on the China book, you know, that people matter when it comes to that they come on 1 city from 2005, 2011, and now we need a city to come out to speak again. The dictator president who is leading our country to the wrong direction. This public for 2 years, they can our country prosper. This is a kind of calling all opposition to come out and tell this government what they are doing is wrong. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. To this caller, good evening.
My brother.
I'm okay, my dear brother. Thank God for life.
Thank you for the other panelists. Yeah, man, I'll tell you something. You see, this is 17th of April 2026. Come 2029, all those signatures will probably be the Kofa. I will call you.
Yeah, I mean, we can answer to even vote again for any kind of lawmaker because it's, I don't think I'll be voting for him representing anymore. But go ahead.
No, what I'm saying, come 2029, my name is Roosevelt and 12.
All right.
Come 2029, all these signatures that people will follow behind your Kofa.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother. To this caller, good evening. Hello. Yes, go ahead.
I'm the former chairman and I call it from the support. Therefore, the support is a district that is being represented by someone that's supposed to be Anthony and law. But this man, we are noticing the fact that he's always against the law. Instead of defending the law, which we know that the court said that all officers should defend the court. The man is always against the law. So I would be a representative in the support. I'm going to use my back. I will use my back to solicit signature. You got to vote. You are anti-law. Law help the institution or society to operate normally without the rule of law. So we have noticed that you are not doing anything for us and staff are doing anything for us. You are being embarrassment and breaking laws. We are going to solicit signatures. You got to leave. It's too much. Liberia, hashtag, yellow criminals, yellow crook out of our house. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David King. David, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, people. And let me say good evening to the rest of the panelists on the show. This is the national co-chair for the Concerned Liberian for Justice. I speak to you from district number 3. You know, before our country is in trouble. this government is autocratic, this government is a dictatorship that is being run under the glaring eyes of Liberian people. And as such, every Liberian chieftain knows. You know, when you guys said anything some months back that Joseph Boakai is on the hunting spree, he will try to bring all of those political forces down, then before you start going after political leader. And I said this to my party. Look, the CDC is the biggest opposition political party of this country, and as such, we need to rise to the occasion. There's no time for diplomacy. The days of the honeymoon are over. We have seen the Jamako and the political leader of the CDC. What is happening today? It is not about Yeke or Prophet Key. It is about democracy. It's about saving our country on a high-end democracy that we have earned over the last 23 years. We came to power. We did not go after political forces. When they left the direct, the Lord said, when we go to campaign and CDC jump out the rock, we will not jump back at them. But we'll go to the president and jump his comfort. If the EPA try to fire a gun, we will not know where gun will come from to fire back. Nobody talk about impeaching the long in this place. That is tolerant. But today, Mr. Boakai is not tolerant. He's going after everybody that makes statements. I think it is bad for our democracy. We've got to stop this nightmare of our country called Boakai.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, quickly, good evening.
Thank you. Let me say hi to the rest of the panelists in the U.S. I don't know, Monk, I'm scared. When you talk about leaving the radio, brother, don't go. We are here. This is Seth Moka, I'm a member of the Concerned Liberian for Justice. You know, Waka is a dictator. He's a creeping dictator. So I think that creeping dictator now is taking seat now. And we don't need to allow him to do so. Let me first of all appreciate my party for that timely decision. Because we call on our representatives that don't participate in that thing. Because if you don't know, some of these CDC lawmakers are in the line of Boakai. People that are focal.
I think CDC are almost 25 lawmakers, right? Especially representatives.
Yeah. So we call on them not to face that senator to that stuff. Even how much Supreme Court will come out and tell you, say, stay away until we can be able to look into this thing. You stay over here and took your decision. But we are standing with Yeke because, like I said yesterday, we are in the opposition. What are happy we are standing with Yeke and we'll continue to speak up to the issue. Because Boakai cannot drag our country into mess. Where this country is here, when you sit in some meeting, when you go in some places and hear what people are planning and hear what is going on, the brother was saying, it's just really for the breaking of the trigger of the thing, and you will see what will spark up here, what will tell this country to be there, that what we don't want. But they are pushing up into that. Because you can't keep pushing the people, They want to bounce back now. What will you be able to do? So it is time for the opposition to do more. I agree with that. And number two, with one voice.
All right. Thank you so much. One voice. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Bob. This is Sean. We are calling from Grand Bassa County.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Labour, the opposition, what they are doing, they are not doing justice to themselves. Because they need to start to do things that people will see them that, yeah, they are opposition, that people that are waiting for another leadership to come in power. Today, what is happening will happen to other people.
Maybe that's several opposition. You know, sometimes you can be having some people who are several, so they don't want to be seen as, you know, that kind of way.
You know, they got some opposition who are in the representative and senators there, and you know, who are not justice to themselves. They are money dribbling, and that is not fine. You have to stand as an opposition and be to where you belong. But they are selling their broadband because of people money. And those things that they are doing is causing harm to our country. They tell the Kofa today that the next time coming again will be any of them. Before they realize now that 2 to 3 of them have gone out of that area. So what they are doing to themselves, they are harming themselves, and they should have themselves to be blamed.
All right. Thank you so much. I think I had to take one of the WhatsApp call. There are a lot of calls also from the WhatsApp line. Yeah, let me see. This person keep calling back to back from the WhatsApp. Please let me take this WhatsApp call. Come back to Liberia and interact with all of you, our people here. Yeah, let me see. 1 minute though. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, let me get the our sister. She always here with us on the show. So please let me get a WhatsApp call. Then quickly, then we'll come back. Yeah, to our sister. Good evening and welcome on the show, my dear. Go ahead, please call your name and yeah.
Afternoon. Thank you so much, Mayborn, for having me. Your birthday is coming up. We got you. You know, this is Levy. And when the first time he took his oath, I said, this man remind me of, and I said that and said that. I did my podcast and I said that. With this Yeket thing, I stand with the man I love, Mr. Alexander. I need to come out because I know he listens to SKTV, so let me just say it. I need you to come out. Whether it's with the Yana boys, them or whatever, but I need you to come out and make a statement. Years ago, June 7th, all those people were all outside. Now, when TDC was in, we were at Washington, D.C., and I know we got a president that will not care about us. But we in the United States, we need to start our protest, our recommendation to the Congress of America and in the other diaspora areas. And I want the Liberians, because, you know, they have beautiful, non-intelligent people. They speak beautiful nonsense. This is something. You see the snake, and you're waiting for it to become a python before you do something. Mr. Cummings, don't let it become a python. I told you before. I called you and I told you these people hard against you. So please, let's come out and do something. I will support SKTV with whatever I need to with the different districts, writing the petition to get rid of these lawmakers. We cannot wait for 2029. We need to start now. We don't want 2029. We want the people to come out now because they will try to go and say they want to do an election. They ain't got no money for election. We should. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear sister, for being part of the show here. Quickly, maybe we just take 1 or 2 more calls, then we'll call it a day. We'll cross over to our team so that they'll be able to respond to most of your, maybe if you have any qualms or maybe 1 or 2 things. Yeah, quickly to this out. WhatsApp line too is also busy back to back. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead quickly, my dear, but 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is Harris calling from Red Light.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this. You know, the opposition, to be frank with you, the opposition today, they are doing the right thing because, you know what? The Liberian people, they're not listening. The opposition, when those guys were in opposition, the government told them, they said, they put in a coming at bad people. They're not good. They're not listening. So at least when they feel the pinch of the government, tomorrow, they will not repeat such a decision again. When somebody telling them something, they will listen well. The government, no, let me be frank. The government has started pressing down already on the opposition bloc, trying to reduce their spend all over. But the first thing the government need to be for unpopular to the international community because the international community got to observe this government trend of events that make sure that yes, they are doing the wrong thing. Then the opposition bloc can wake up now to see how best they can bring the government to order. That one, you see how everybody calling today and saying, oh, the government is there, the government is that. Yes, it must reach the boiling point. So people feel what simple have already felt it. Now is the time. When you just mind to let move, everybody will move. So
all right. Thank you. Thank you. Quickly, we got to go. This, in fact, they Republican people that are in power, you know, the Democrat, and a Democrat that can be paying attention to all kinds of things. So Stephen, they get a lot of time to march to go to Capitol building. My sister said they had to march back to back, and yeah, so many WhatsApp call keep coming. In fact, former President we are just posted on his WhatsApp page, and he says snake is not a pet. Hint to the wise, according to him. That one just posted not too long on his WhatsApp page, or he found the WhatsApp. He says snake is not a pet. Well, to my brother of Jaina, good evening.
Hey, neighbor, good evening. Good evening to the Liberian people. Look, what happened in that country is a very, very serious issue. Wakai, simple playing house in that country. The only way you can take presidency from Wakai is death. The only way Wakai can leave Liberian presidency is death.
Wow.
Liberians need to be very serious. That old man is a sophisticated dictator and a criminal. Liberians have to be very careful. We need peace. We need happiness. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. Expelling Yeke is not a solution to the problem. All the nonsense they do in our country, look at the speaker, all the things he's been doing. We have to be careful. This old man plan is to die in power. He used to come up for the country. When you're around boasting, Liberians need to get serious, not special political party. All opposition, Liberian people need to get together and get that criminal gang out of that country. Thank you.
Thank you. Quickly, hello to this last caller. Then we'll go to if I will go to our panelists. Hello. Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm very disappointed, but I want to say to all opposition leaders and those who support democracy, not to give up yet. We should still believe in the cause, because even those that were announced, when the news were announced, they said so people signed, they are now all on the social media pages and saying they did not sign, including Albert Jones and DJ Blue. And when you look at the listing, they actually did not sign. So there is still a remedy at the coast, and we should hope on that. Though our society is now literate, but we should go to the coast and avoid power intolerance. I think the opposition needs to wake up at this point, because the hypocrisy in the United Partisans who are supporting the removal of Kofa today is, I don't know, it's unmasked, and nowhere in the world you can see such hypocrisy.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. We got to go. Steve, snake is not a pet, according to former President Weah. He's saying hint to the wise. I don't know what I mean by that. Snake is not. I'm even the country injustice.
No,
we got to go, my brother. No time.
Folks, thank you for staying and sticking with us. Let's Mr. Masale, here a pardon comment. Folks, let's try to make it short, because the people on the radio got to go. We got 8 more minutes. They were magnanimous to us to give us time.
Thanks to all the callers for always coming to make their own impact on the show. And like we are saying now, it is time for the opposition to stand up. Let those districts where they are trying to put signature together to remove their representative. I think like example, Liberia will say we want to set precedent, but you can't be setting precedent to abuse the constitution of the country. Then you say you want to set precedent. That's not a good thing. And once again, thanks to the CDC, and we look to other opposition to see what they are going to do in this expulsion of Honorable Koluba. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. See you Monday.
Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Dishu. Mr. Dishu.
Yeah, I would say thanks to the organizing committee of the citizens for District Number 1 that tried to get some signatures to see how they can prove themselves to the public. And also, I want the recording that from Pan FM that I sent to you. If you have not received it, you please try to get over it on the weekend. So when next week, we'll be able to discuss it, because those are some facts that I was living during that time. But one or two things I didn't understand, but I understood it from somebody who was involved, directly involved, gave us some information that we never heard before. And I say thank you for the people in America, the lady in America, rather, that talked about giving suggestion of what they could do there. I applaud that also. So until next week, I say thank you to the panelists and thank you to the listening public. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to Abraham.
Yeah, Steve. Thanks, man. Let me say thanks to all of the callers. And their input. This is what get me going whenever I hear it from the people under the brunt of the problem when they're speaking out to tell you how much they are frustrated. If you think you are frustrated in the diaspora, the people in Liberia, speak to them and you will understand what's unfolding in your country. And it's a good thing that they are in tune. And then guys, this is nothing to get frustrated about. I mean, Monk stated earlier on, yes, he and we spoke. I could sense his frustration. But indeed, Hmong people, I just want you to understand, the people are not, trust me, they are frustrated more than you. And the Hmong don't take it lightly. This is what gave Liberia the 17-year war. People were not just fighting all over. It came a time they decided to take their destiny in their hands. It was unfortunate, but that what happened. You can't allow this recklessness to go on. You gotta just transfer aggression when your country is invaded. A man stated something, and it's still unfolding itself. And yesterday they expelled him for stating it. And you gotta transfer aggression. The goal is to silence everybody over there and leave other people that won't give you one party state in a country. That's their goal. It's all about power grab, nothing else. So don't get frustrated, Mom, and others. Don't get frustrated. We got to speak to the issue, and we're not manufacturing stories here. What is happening in the country that we're speaking to? So thanks for the time, guys.
More, go ahead.
Well, I mean, thanks to the caller for their input, especially to those in radio land that are listening to the SKTV broadcast. And someone said something very profound. We can't always keep waiting for political leaders. We need ordinary citizens to put their voices together. If the political leader come and join, so be it, but we are not counting on them. We are seeing this script on multiple occasions. A man without a future cannot shape your future. It makes no goddamn sense. We were all born, we will grow up, we will get old, and we will die. That's just the natural cycle of life. Joseph Baga is on his way to his grave. He cannot set the platform for Liberia's future because he himself doesn't have a future. My thing here is, and to the people out there who believe that we should always wait for election, no, that's not what our constitution says. You got petition politics, you can do referendum. There are so many things that you can do with the very same constitution, even though we know that the commander-in-chief said does not respect the constitution. So I think it's time for people to put their voices together to organize both locally and internationally. The same thing we did with Georgia government. I think Joseph Baga need even a double dose of that. The Liberians home and abroad were able to join forces to tell the rest of the world that this particular leader, he's not democratic in his nature. He's a totalitarian. That's just why it is. So, and let me remind some of the people who believe that Yeke leaving, even though we get redress, whether we get redress from the Supreme Court or not, Yeke Koluba not being a lawmaker now, Yeke is still qualified to run for any special election, just so you know. So I hope they know exactly what they were getting into, because expelling him from the Congress does not mean that he's not eligible. It's still his constitutional right to contest. Even in a special election, he's still eligible to run. So to some of you are seeing flyers all on social media, I know they call him, I know say Yeke, he running for district number 10. Don't waste the time, my brother. We are talking about a country. We're not talking about your
say Yeke, that's cool son. That's cool son.
You realize that Yeke is still eligible to contest in any elections in Liberia, even after expulsion, no matter the outcome from the Supreme Court. So I hope you understand that. But I will stop there for now, Stephen. You guys can close the show. Thank you.
Well, folks, thank you. As we are proceeding to the weekend, like I said, DeLon and the rest of the guys are hypocrites. Do you know that District 1 lawmaker, on last name, I think Berry or something?
Yeah, Ruchi Berry.
Do you know that Ruchi Berry is the current and sitting political chairman for Liberty Party?
Yes, she is. She is.
They don't get more to tell what she did was wrong. Kind of public wedding phone they don't understand he said, but you understand he said, yeah, how long? And instead in politics, you understand what's up. So I won't focus on that. But I think we're headed somewhere. The country is listening. Don't mind all the things they'll be talking. All political leaders, all of them listen. They're listening to the show. We must rise up as a nation. We're not a war to kind in our country. We will stand up. We will rise up. We'll use connections and whatever we can do to hold this government accountable. We're not going to sit back and allow people to get to the point where in the do. We're not going to do that. Legal means the Unity Party will do it right, and the Unity Party like that 2029. That won't buy it already. I said, want to say thank you for this. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. No, I say thank you to the leadership for us, for everything. And we have their time, giving time to us. It was strategic. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Mebon. It's up to you.
Thanks, guy. And Steve, you know, Mark stated something about ANC. It was Yeke that when you had the retire rally, it was Yeke that was trumpeting that on the platform for ANC.
So
Mom was saying something. Or still quickly before we go, maybe we can use 5 or 10 minutes. Mom was saying something about the way we do politics, the hatred, and so forth. Like so many people, they were saying, "Oh, hey, you got yesterday, you were this, you were that, hey, you were supporting." No, I don't think, nobody here supporting Yeke Koruba, maybe our voice or maybe his attitude, the way he talk, the way he said on Steve. So many times people have been complaining, "Oh, maybe we let Steve, but please try to still let Steve be able to to take time." But whatever, sometimes that how people express themselves, especially when they come to issues. So I don't know why people having issues. Oh, yes, you got.
Yeah, the people who say let me because the way I can express myself, like I don't care, man. Let me again. I'm looking for support us, and I'm part of that. What they own. I don't want to do that. I would say the way I'm supposed to say.
That's what being angry. Whether you get called about the CDC people, but the CDC people, whether you get called about.
Even the CDC people are getting angry. They get problem with Yeke Koluba because of what he did to George Weah. They see George Weah man feeling let it go. He Yeke Koluba. Then why should you be taking things personal with Yeke Koluba when George Weah feeling let it go? Feeling with it.
And they reconcile ever since.
He reconcile with the man. So what the essence?
No, the reason he reconciled because he knew Yeke was doing the right thing. That was causing his presidency. If he had listened to Yeke from the beginning, maybe he would have been his second term by now. But he ignored it with the same political, or sycophants. That's what led to the end of the administration. And Yeke said exactly how he was going to behave before even supporting Joseph Boakai. So how can Yeke be wrong? Let me tell you something, Mabel. When we go to an election, we don't have a crystal ball to predict the future. There are certain principles that you vote before you can bring someone to power. Nobody can tell you how a political leader is going to behave when he assumes the presidency. It's Yeke's job to make the case for you. It's your job to go and prove him right by doing the right thing. So you can say, oh, because Yeke Koluba started with Joseph Boakai and Joseph Boakai acting as a dictator, so it means Yeke responsible for Joseph Boakai action. No, that's not how it works. The Liberian people choose Joseph Boakai over George Weah in an election. That's where they went, and that's what the results said. So if Yeke Koluba supported him, how can it be a fault? It's on Joseph Boakai, it's not on Yeke. That's why the same man who brought him to power is leading a charge against him. So how can you make the argument? But like I said, the same emotional people with just a different label because it's a different party name, but it deviate no different from even the sedition. The same old thing. That's what he's saying. So with their
So to my sister Ruth Roberts, Mom mentioned about the ANC supporter. There where myself I come from. Let me be frank. There are a lot of people sometimes even the Donald Trump business, Steve or Mom. Do you know that people take this thing personal? Even the Donald Trump issue of even come on the show to try to even talk about.
Oh, I know that.
Some of them don't have no voting right. But you take everything personal just because people want to talk about this. I don't get it, man. Steve, look, Mom, to admit, Liberians, we take hatred and put it into politics. We too fake. We support people based on our own emotional thinking, or the way maybe we feel that maybe we hate the other person. So let's support the other person today that what get us to where we are today. Because of hatred. There are a lot of people today, they can't tell you the reason why yesterday that they were against the previous government yesterday. No. But let me
tell you the reason they are mad. The reason they are mad because Yeke never took a position of neutrality. In politics, there is no damn thing they call neutrality. You are either for or against. When the future of a country hangs in a balance between two candidates, you got to take a side. Even in America, the people that call themselves independent voter on election day, they still weigh their option on policy and vote for one candidate. But the reason they are mad, Yeke refused not to play that neutrality role like the political leader because when push came to shove, instead of him picking a side, he said he was neutral. I don't know. There is no such thing in politics called neutrality. That's a lie. You support one country indirectly, even neutrality. You
And
say
the problem, Chairman, 1 minute, 1 second. Just how you been saying here that if the opposition said allow the removal of Mr. Koluba, they do anything they might just say, they might just tell the now goodbye. And so this is why you see they can listen to all. You see, some of them they will have to do what they need to do. They need to stand up. If they allow Waka to cross the border again, that's a problem for them. 2029. They don't want to.
No, I want to make a point quickly because Monk brings up an important point about some of the ANC members and supporters of Mr. Cummings, the behavior towards Honorable Yeke Koluba in this particular situation. First thing I want to say is Yeke Koluba has the right to support who he wants to support. So is everyone. So it's either you are standing up for what is wrong, or the same thing you're criticizing other people for, and the same behavior you got in you. Why should you oppose why should you oppose Yeke? Because you never support a political party. So they want to do to him because you never support a political party.
Yeah, it's so be justifiable.
That means it's justifiable or it's right? No. So those people who are saying those things, it's quite embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's confusing. You are sending a wrong message and a wrong signal. The same thing we're speaking against Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party against. That's dictatorship. So that means if someone else supports Mr. Cummings, that means anything they do to them now, it's good for them.
No, but Steve, the reality there is it was glaring. You had a situation where in two parties going to a runner. There was no way Mr. Cummings was not in the runner and you can abandon him.
Yep.
So I don't understand the rationale over there.
What do you mean if Yeke abandon him, so what?
I'm just saying that for the sake of this argument, for people to be so sentimental, talking all kinds of things there. The person what's even interesting? The person that should be an angry mayor is for any reason. The person that was physically insulted for year in, year out. You're not coming up today. The main party has taken a decision. From my understanding of that, even
but you know what's really interesting, Eddie? You know what's really interesting?
Right.
You know what's interesting?
No.
What's interesting is Mariah.
Steve, you there? Okay. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
We're part of the representation.
Exactly.
The team.
Yes.
Those members of the ANC that are in their feelings, that think they don't understand politics and they're not doing any work for the party. In this kind of time, that's why you want to show solidarity.
I know.
You never know. It's not even strategic. How do you say, oh, you know, support that also, you know what? It's sweet for you, the person who support that entry.
Yeah, because they were neutral. I don't know why they said why they get neutrality.
How do you even gain that person's sympathy or sentiment to say, oh, in my trouble, the person will tell me. You don't know that when people in trouble, they time to identify with them?
Of course.
People remember you the most. How can you use this time to be the time that you want to rescue this man?
Yeah.
Or the government. So that means eventually you are saying, if the government decide to go after Mr. Cummings because he speaks against them, then other people should not support him, should not support Mr. Cummings too. And this is wrong. So those people from the ANC who are making that statement or who support Mr. Cummings who are making that statement, shame on them.
Yeah.
But the ANC as a party has shown that they support Yeke.
Of course.
That they send Mariah. I mean, whatever, because Mr. Cummings didn't agree. Mr. Cummings said, well, so you
I understand Mariah is a private lawyer, but the fact of the matter is that she's part of the ANC and she fully represented to the point that you talk about throwing her out of the chamber and all the kind of show there.
You can read the show that apart from Mariah being private lawyer, if Mr. Cummings are not going to co-sign to it, you can rest it. Because of proximity to Mr. Cummings, even to the ANC party, it shows obviously that she works hand in hand with Mr. Cummings. Also giving note, and for the information privilege to definitely Mr. Cummings signed up for it. And I'm aware, let me say this for the record. I'm aware that Mr. Cummings and Yeke spoke. I'm aware of it.
But Steve, Mr. Cummings even spoke to the issue. He spoke to the issue on the podcast or whatever it is. And so I don't understand how rationale is fact because it's making no sense to me. So I mean, let's just grab that thing.
Even to that, Mr. Connor, even to that, they have an ANC they've been supportive. In fact, they've been supporting Yeke Koluba even during his bereavement. Now we are just saying few of ANC people. We're not saying the entire party. No, what more is saying that some of the ANC and other opposition, it may not be all of the entire ANC,
Not the
even some
entire party. I'm talking about people that
individuals.
in the hierarchy. And some of them that
hierarchy of individuals.
I'm not saying that
Okay,
political
so the
leaders.
one
I'm
we're trying
saying
to say,
some of
we're
them.
not saying that, oh, no ANC, no, the ANC man, we are going to get called throughout. And even there are some sedition that also say, yes, it's good. That yes, it's good, it's sweet. Just because they feel bad that because maybe you get called well, not with them, but them.
Yep.
So now what we're saying here, and let's look at the reality. Even when it's support party A, party B, party J, party O is not the issue here. The issue is the rule of law. That, for example, one of us here tonight, in fact, we're even shocked when we know that some members of the rule of law caucus also signed.
I have under DJ Blue or whatever DJ Green. I mean, that guy is a sycophant over there. Later on, somebody started saying, "Oh, DJ Blue said he never signed until the point he needed." Come on, man. They need to stop this kind of childish play.
Maybe instead of some of them jumping their feelings, maybe they can take the same cue like CDC. We got some people that are lawmakers on the CPP or the ANC ticket. Maybe they got to expel them.
Take some measure, don't do it.
No, DJ Blue was one of those that went independent. You notice that all the independent candidates joined the government.
No. He went on CDC ticket.
Okay. But then he will be suspended because he was on a panel of investigation investigating Yeke. I saw him.
No. The idea, the man kind of he withdrew from CDC, whatever it is. But the idea is that he benefited from CDC during the 2023 election. How he ascended. The problem with Liberia is that the lawmakers are never accountable to their parties. They use the party to get elected, and by the time they get over there, they're doing their own thing. Even if they go to party caucus, they said this is the position of the party, they'll go do their own thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, because the people are not loyal to they're not loyal to their party, they're loyal to their pocket.
Have a good weekend.
And Mr. Tishu, maybe on Monday, I think this agenda will be looking at on Monday. As to what are people really sincere to the country, what they love the country, or it's just all about political party who will come to power, who will come for them to get
that would be a good discussion.
Everything.
Maybe
the problem, most of the CDC lawmakers, they already losing 2029 election for the removal of Kofa. Those guys, they know 2029 they will not be re-elected. Most of those people, later CDC vote one, vote all, and because of George Weah popularity and law, I have most of those people, they are where they are today. And for the removal of Kofa, they already know some of them, they will not be re-elected. So the Yeke Kofa issue, those people who sign again, let the Yeke say goodbye for 2029. Let's watch the process and see.
But
That's what they can do now.
Aliyu, a lot of the guys are making a grievous mistake. Montserrat County, if you are a representative in Montserrat County, and they the party have no majority in Montserrat County.
No.
That's the bottom line. So if you think you're alive with that, you win in Montserrat County, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. That Montserrat County is a microcosm, the conglomeration of all of the tribes in Montserrat County, and they are under the brunt of things in our country. For you to come, you can't even consult your constituency and can't be taking record decisions. Come on, man. Okay, you have a great weekend, man.
That's it, Mark. We see you on Monday. By God grace, Monday, Mark, one of our regular followers, Samuel D. Kekula, will elected here with us maybe for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. He said he's already well now. He's just going to speak to the public and give his own experience about politics, about supporting politicians and so forth. So hopefully on Monday, he may let join us also on the show as a guest panelist on Monday. So I just told a while to inform the team so that maybe on Monday when you see Samuel D. Kekula, the strong supporter of the rescue government will be here with us on Monday. So thank you to all of you, Mark, Mr. Dishu, Mr. Connor, and other brother Ali. We got to go now.
Yeah. People have a great weekend, man. Guys, take care.
Wonderful. So good night from our end, folks. Let me play this short video quickly.
Morovia here this afternoon following the discussion for House of Representatives. Lazy, the former most of our country lovely. We support us all year. Chanting. The former president of the London.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. So welcome my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And more I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Dictatorship ya tumale, Sktv, ena Dictatorship, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Cancun, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Bacoloo, from Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.